ITIL Lite, Part 1, Introduction to ITIL. Welcome to ITIL Lite. This compact course has been designed to provide you with an awareness and understanding of ITIL, the best practice framework for IT service management. ITIL provides guidance to service providers on the provision of quality IT services and on the processes, functions, and other capabilities needed to support them. Many organizations have now adopted ITIL terminology, processes, and roles to help them manage IT services. An understanding of ITIL can help you in your current role and your future career. In this course, you will see how ITIL best practice can guide all members of an IT organization as they plan, design, deliver, support, and enhance IT services so that they can meet customer needs. We will use a case study to bring the disciplines to life, and by the end of the course you will be able to understand and describe the ITIL framework and key processes, describe the benefits of service management for your company, choose the ITIL training scheme that is best for you and your organization. During this course, you will learn key concepts and terminology, allowing you to understand ITIL's structure. This will help you to work within an ITIL-aligned organization and with suppliers who use service management as part of their service delivery. Don't worry if you've never studied or used ITIL before. We will provide all the information you need. At the end of the course, you can download your complimentary ITIL Lite report, including detailed case studies of how real organizations have successfully implemented ITIL best practices. We've developed this course because we believe everyone should have access to the facts about ITIL. The information in ITIL Lite will allow you to make key decisions about ITIL and your business. This could include choosing the areas and processes you may want to implement, and how you and your staff can improve your skill sets with relevant qualifications. During this course, you will learn about the areas you can see here. The business perspective of ITIL. ITIL in action, including key concepts and processes. And delivering business benefits with ITIL. You'll also learn more about the ITIL qualification scheme and next steps. In this course, we'll use a case study to help you understand ITIL best practice and apply it to your organization. As we progress through the course, think about how ITIL will be different in the private sector and the public sector, and how it can help to achieve your organizational goals. The example we'll use to help us to apply ITIL best practice guidance to a typical IT scenario is a financial organization called Novobank. Imagine you work within the IT service management function of a worldwide financial services institution, Novobank. Your role may be the Director of Service Management, responsible for setting strategy and for delivering IT services. You could be a service designer who interprets requirements and builds solutions. You may be a change manager who will assess risk and oversee the deployment of enhancements to IT services, or a service desk analyst who provides customer services and help to the company's users. You will see as we work through the course that all roles and jobs are affected by decisions made at senior level, and all employees can contribute to and influence the quality of an IT service. Novobank has branches throughout the world. It has a significant online banking presence, which is in need of upgrading, and it has recently acquired a rival's business and has ambitious growth plans. There is an ongoing business change program run by an external management consultancy. Several external suppliers, in-house teams, and outsourced partners are involved in developing and running the IT estate. Novobank plans to integrate all IT systems across the organization, upgrade the online banking service to include complementary products from the newly acquired company, introduce mobile and paper-free banking options, and refurbish and rebrand all branches. This is in the context of changing financial services legislation and must be achieved within a fixed budget and timescale. They will need best practice to help them achieve these goals. The IT service management team must respond to these challenges. They will need to demonstrate an understanding of the business strategy and evaluate the impact to IT and service management. Work closely with the management consultancy and other providers to prepare for the business change. Manage people and finances effectively. Conform to internal and external governance needs. This is no small endeavor. The service management team has aligned its processes to ITIL best practice disciplines, and you will see how this approach should enable IT to support the business and provide the most appropriate service. Before we start to study ITIL in detail, let's consider the customer and business perspective and how they relate to service management. We will look at where ITIL originated and why it's so important in today's business environment. As you study, think about your own organization. What do your customers complain about? How could better service management help? Firstly, we're going to take a look at the history of ITIL. The IT Infrastructure Library, or ITIL, was developed by the UK government in the 1980s, when the British government determined that the level of IT service quality provided to it was not good enough. The Office of Government Commerce, or OGC, was tasked with developing a framework for efficient and financially responsible use of IT resources within the government environment. The framework they created worked, and was quickly adopted by the private sector too. In 2013, the UK government's Cabinet Office formed a joint venture with Capita, a private sector organisation. The joint venture is called Axelos Limited. Axelos will own and manage ITIL, including authorising the examination institutes who provide ITIL exams. You can read more at the ITIL official site, itilofficialsite.com. ITIL has evolved into a common framework for the management of all IT activities. The framework enables companies to identify, define, communicate, and implement best practice throughout their IT organizations. ITIL also helps IT organizations to align themselves with the business goals of the customers they serve. ITIL is vendor-neutral, non-prescriptive, best practice guidance. It is made up of ideas drawn from the international IT practitioners, not academic theory of how things should be, nor a vendor's view of how to operate its products. Large companies and government agencies in Europe were quick to adopt the framework in the early 1990s. Hundreds of companies and governments worldwide continue to implement ITIL disciplines every year. ITIL continues to develop as IT service delivery best practice evolves. This was evident with the release of ITIL version 2 in 2001 and version 3 launched in 2007. ITIL version 3 built on the processes and the lessons learned from previous versions by strengthening the lifecycle approach to service management. Following a revision in 2011, the 5 ITIL core volumes provide a body of knowledge for IT service management practitioners to support an integrated approach to planning, designing, transferring, and operating IT services for any organization. Each volume in the current version of ITIL has a consistent format, focusing on the capabilities, resources, processes, technology, people, knowledge, and skills required by IT to fulfill a business strategy. Greater emphasis is now placed on IT and business integration with a focus on customer value. Consider how your organization has changed over recent years. What are your customers' priorities now? Next, we'll look at the business relevance of ITIL and the benefits it delivers to organizations today. Executives in virtually every industry are faced with the challenges of increasing service levels while reducing operational costs. They often experience frustration when they attempt to control the chaos and expense associated with their IT investments. This is compounded when they feel there is little practical guidance available. Better processes can allow IT organizations to work more efficiently and effectively. The adoption of service management thinking has enabled ITIL to emerge as the most widely accepted approach to the management and delivery of IT services in the world today. Effective IT management is vital to today's businesses for a number of reasons. IT services are now an integral component of our enterprise business strategy. They are viewed as end-to-end entities by customers. They don't perceive services as individual hardware or software components. What is your most important service? What do your customers think of its quality and performance? From a service provider perspective, IT services need governance to manage delivery, quality, and return on investment. Service providers need to define management roles, responsibilities, and internal procedures. This should also lead to increased IT availability, customer satisfaction, and reduced costs. We also have to consider that many service providers are required to satisfy complex compliance issues, including industry-specific legislation and regulation. It's important to understand how ITIL supports service provider organizations and helps them to achieve their goals. Many organizations are faced with the challenge of satisfying increasing demand with limited resources. To address this, you could consider three broad goals: reduce IT costs, increase IT efficiency, optimize existing IT infrastructure. Remember, to achieve these targets, high-level executive support as well as coordinated and serious effort is required. ITIL advocates a life cycle mindset that IT organizations can apply to be better equipped to understand business needs. Finally, for this part of the course, we're going to introduce ITIL at a high level. ITIL is organized into 5 books based around a service lifecycle. The books are Service Strategy, Service Design, Service Transition, Service Operation, and Continual Service Improvement. The 5 books are also known as the 5 core volumes and form the heart of the ITIL lifecycle. You can see the core volumes in the diagram on screen, which shows how the 5 core volumes interface with each other. In the lifecycle, Service Strategy sits in the middle, as it sets the policy and objectives for the rest of the lifecycle. Service Design is responsible for taking the policy and translating that into services. Service Transition moves services from design into the live environment, and Service Operation then manages and runs the live service. Continual Service Improvement is wrapped around the edge of the diagram and provides input into all the phases of the lifecycle. Each stage of the lifecycle influences the others and relies on them for input and feedback. Companies that have successfully implemented ITIL best practices have been able to achieve benefits, including those you can see here. The importance of ITIL can also be viewed in terms of direct and indirect benefits. Direct benefits are tangible and measurable, such as increased availability that we mentioned earlier. Indirect benefits can be seen in areas such as improved customer perception and happier IT staff. As we proceed through the course, think of the benefits you'd like to see in your organization. How could ITIL and effective service management help you to realize these benefits? You've completed the first part of your course, where we've looked at the business perspective and introduced ITIL. Coming up next, we're going to look at ITIL in action, including a deeper dive into the 5 core volumes.